The soft chirping of birds, mixed with the distant hum of the main road, signaled a new beginning for our family. We moved to a new house on the hillside in the lower end of Eastbank. The house was nicer and had more convenient access to the main road, but it came with its drawbacks. The absence of a flat yard made playtime challenging for the kids. Despite being nicer and its ideal proximity to the main thoroughfare, I struggled to warm up to our new home. Lonnie, ever doting on Mabel, would take her everywhere with him. Every payday they would get on the train and ride to Charleston, where he would buy her a new dress even though she has a closet full of dresses that the tags haven't even been removed. He would also bring me a box of candy. My favorite, chocolate-covered cherries. I love this man. The year 1937 marked not just a change of address, but also the addition of a new member to our family. On a bright October day, the 24th to be exact, our son Quincy was born. His laughter and cries brought warmth to our home, and his bond with his elder sister, Mabel, grew stronger each day. Life continued with each of us finding our way in the world. My brother Ronald, always the adventurer, decided to rent a house in Shelian. Mama and Mary joined him, and continued taking on boarders to help ends meet as she always did. This at least was giving our family some stability and a chance to enjoy some of the closeness we once had. Lonnie found a new house for us with enough land to start a garden and have a few farm animals. It was right across the railroad tracks from our first place. Still in Eastbank, it was a two-room building that used to house special track workers that would be brought in from time to time. Owned by the C&O where Lonnie worked, he was able to secure a lease for $3 per month, and we started making it into the place where we would live our lives together. We added some kitchen appliances and started making improvements as time passed along. Lonnie talked the railroad into building us a front porch, but it made the house only about 10 feet from the railroad tracks themselves. I would always run to check on the kids whenever I would hear a train whistle or it was time for a train to pass. In the whirlwind of life events, 1938 brought another reason for celebration: my sister Maxine's marriage to Otis Owen Richard. The two of them set up housekeeping in Cabin Creek, close to the roots of our childhood. As the autumn leaves began to fall in 1939, the world was on the brink of a monumental change. World War II had begun on September 1, a war that would affect countless families, including my own. I remember the stories from the front lines, the anguish and fear it brought to our homes. It seemed as if every man was called to go and fight, and I wondered what would happen to us if my Lonnie had to leave to serve. He was called, but to my delight they said he was flat-footed and would not be able to serve. Lonnie, both relieved and disappointed, resigned himself to continue taking care of things at home. When Mabel turned 16, in 1940, she went to work for the Five and Dime in Montgomery. Both she and Quincy were very enterprising, taking on odd jobs, cutting grass for people or delivering newspapers. After about a year, Mabel went to work for Dr. Hayes in the soda fountain section of his pharmacy in Shelian. There she met coworker Lucille Burnside, later to become one of my best friends. Mabel went to church with Lucille and together they sang in the choir. My sister Mary was living in a house just a short distance from where we lived, and she decided to move to an apartment close to Charleston. Mabel told Lucille about the vacancy and she and her husband Lawrence rented it. Lucille and Lawrence were regulars at our house and I so enjoyed our time together. She had a son Larry that was close to Kenneth's age and a daughter Linda close in age to my Jimmy, so we had a lot in common.